Hi, I'm going to walk through some simple chords for this children's blessing on the keyboard. So I'm going to open up the score, and underneath it, you'll see what I'm playing and um, what some software thinks the chord is. And so that's my first chord. And it understands that I meant to play an F chord, and my lowest note right now is C. If I take that away, it'll say, well, I don't know everything about the chord till I add that C back in somewhere else, and then it knows that it's an F chord. So we start off with the C chord, and then I just move my top two fingers up, and I've got the F chord, but turned upside down. And back to the C. Now if I take these bottom two fingers down a step, not the fingers themselves, but the notes. Notice which fingers I'm using. 1, 2, 5. So that makes it easy to play those chords without moving my hand much. Top two notes go up and the top two fingers. They come back down for C. Then, using the finger that's already on this D and moving my thumb over, I take the bottom two notes down to get the G chord. And then, when I want my A chord, I just move all three of these fingers up one step, one to the right. And I get the A minor chord, but notice the C is the lowest note. So just like with the F chord, it's been moved around so that I don't have to move much. And remember what the F chord looked like? It was that. So this goes, may your mind be open to new learning. May your lips bring truth unto the. So from there, we can move on to the next portion. I'm going to scroll up a little bit and readjust my page. Let's see, does that fit well? Yes. And now we can see that the chord that follows that F chord is a G sus. If you don't want to do a G sus, you can just do the G. So, world. And that's the same G we did before, the same one that uses these I love you fingers from sign language for I love you. I love you. Or B, D, G. That's the normal G chord. The G sus has that. Right now, it doesn't know that I want it to be a G sus. I'm going to add a G chord down here in the bass. Now it knows I want it to be a G sus. And then G. So that's the G sus, but it doesn't know that until I tell it that I want a G chord. And then we move on to new chords. D minor, and this one's root position, meaning the D is on the bottom. So D minor, E minor, and now the way we got to that F chord before by taking the top two notes up, you can think the same thing here, and you end up with an A minor chord. And now the E is in the lowest portion. So D minor, move it up one, E minor. Now just move up the top two, A minor, and now your thumb comes up one step to make an F chord. Then everything down one to make the E minor. And then to get the A7, I can move down to here. Now I've got to use that black key. That's the A chord. It's saying D flat because this C sharp can also be called a D flat. But if I add a bass note, it now understands that I want an A chord, which is C sharp, E, and A. And then to add in the 7, That's this G. So a normal A7 looks like this: A, C sharp, E, G. Notice it also thought it could have been a D flat diminished with an A in the bass, but I wanted it to be an A7. And then to get the position that I originally showed you, I just take this A that's right here and I move it all the way up to there. So the other three notes were here. I move the A up there, and I've got the A7. That's the position. C sharp, E, G, and A. If I had a bass A down here, it'll go, oh, you don't mean D flat. You mean an A7 chord. So now I'm going to do this whole line starting with the G sus, really a G sus, and move my thumb down. That's the G. Now D minor, E minor, A minor, you move the top two fingers up. F, I move my thumb up to match. Now I've got a normal chord. I can move it all down to E. And now I need that A7. There's where that is. C sharp. There's the C sharp. The E, G, A. So if I start from the world, may your heart know love, and your hands do the work of justice, as you grow in joy and peace. So let me roll my page up so you can see the rest of it. So now, as you go your way, or go your way in peace. Let me walk through that again. So I've got a D minor, and instead of going up to this E minor, I took those same three notes, E, G, and B. I keep these two, but this B, I move it down to a lower B. So it's still E minor, but with B on the bottom instead of on the top, where it looks like a root position chord. This one is an inverted chord. It's turned upside down. So D, E minor, G sus. I'm adding that G down there just so that it will show me that it knows I want a G sus. And then I move my thumb down, G sus, or G, and now C. So as you go your way, as you go your way in peace, as you go your way in peace. Now it doesn't have to move that fast harmony wise. You can skip some things. You could skip the E minor and you could just play G both times where it says G something. So instead of G sus, you could just play G. So this could just be D minor, G, C. So as you go your way in peace, that would be an easy way to do it. As you go your way in peace. Then the F chord is right there. So if you wanted, so when you repeat this, you can play the F chord in between. As you go your way in peace. So I'm going to play this whole line using the simpler version: D minor, G, C, F, D minor, G, C. So as you go your way in peace, as you go your way Now with the faster harmonic changing, as you go your way in peace, as you go your way in peace. I hope you enjoyed. Try making a recording of yourself playing this and send it to me, and I can give you feedback.